Good morning, you guys. It's Crystal with the Abundantly Blessed Homestead. This morning we're going to be making banana bread that is grain-free and sugar-free. So a healthy banana bread that you can actually eat, and it's super moist, you guys. I'm actually going to be taking it, and instead of turning it into a loaf of bread, I'm going to be putting it into individual baking cups. So they'll be like little banana bread muffins. So the weather has turned colder here, and so my coconut oil is almost a solid. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually measure out the coconut oil in this recipe, put it in a pan, and start melting it. So I need 1/4 cup of coconut oil. And we'll see if we can do this without kids interrupting, but there's no guarantees as normal, okay? 1/4 cup. Okay, I'm also going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Make sure there's nothing in there. All right, I'm going to grab a pan. All right. So okay, 1/4 cup going in. Going on the back burner on low to simmer or to melt. All right, I'm gonna get this out of here. So the next ingredient would be 4 medium-sized bananas that are obviously a little too ripe. All right, and they're gonna go. It's so quiet right now. I don't want to jinx myself. All right. Bananas in. Now the baking time for the bread, if you're going to make this in a bread pan, is 50 minutes at 350 degrees. For the muffins, it's around 20 minutes, depending on the size of your muffin, okay? So we've got our 4 medium bananas. There are kids right outside the door. You can hear them. They're coming, so it might get noisy here in a second. Next ingredient is 7 large eggs. See, I have 6 here. Borrow one from this carton over here. Okay. 7 eggs. Going on there. All right, 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. And just like all my other grain-free baking recipes, these are really good if you take them out of the oven. Wait about 10 minutes, and while they're still warm, put them in some sort of a Pyrex container with a lid and let them cool the rest of the way that way. Grain-free recipes are always more moist when you do that. These are good hot too, but if you can make them ahead and put them in the container, it's much better. So, okay, the next ingredient is 2 teaspoons of vanilla, which I don't have right now because my Azure order is backed up an entire week. So we're going to skip that. But if you're making it at home, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 3/4 cup of coconut flour. Okay, this is a little bit wet. I'm going to go check on the coconut oil. It's just about melted. Okay, 3/4 cup of coconut flour. Okay, that was fun. Now cinnamon. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. There it goes. Next ingredient is 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, you want healthy salt, not white table salt. White table salt is salt that the manufacturers have removed all of the minerals from. And the problem is that God made that salt with the minerals in it so that your body can use the minerals so it can handle the salt. So you don't have high blood pressure. So you want colored salt. You want sea salt. You want Himalayan pink salt. You want salt. Real salt, okay? There's actually a brand called Real Salt, and the salt is amazingly delicious. So, okay, 1 teaspoon of salt. Then we need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Three-quarters of a teaspoon. And then 1/3 of a cup of honey. See, that's it. I'm actually going to shock the internet and I'm going to weigh it out. I know. I don't usually do that. I tend to put less honey in my stuff when I don't weigh it out, and I find it tastes just as well. Okay. And it goes. This is the part I don't like about measuring your honey, because now I have to dirty a measuring cup and a spoon. See? I'm saving on dishes when I don't measure my honey out. But there are some of you that are like, oh, she finally measured it out. All right. It's measured. Now, we're going to have to go get the oil in the back of the stove. It's all melted now. You obviously wouldn't want to melt the coconut oil on high heat or something like that, because then it would start to boil and splatter. And then when you go to put it in here, I'm just going to simply mash up the bananas that are in this, and then mix it a little bit to incorporate the eggs before you add your hot oil, because you don't want to cook the eggs in your bowl. You want it to cook in your bread or in your muffins, okay? So I'm just going to stir it. It smells good. Okay. Okay, in goes the coconut oil, and that was 1/4 of a cup. You could also use butter. Both of them are great. I just like to try and get coconut oil into my kits, and that's a good way to do it. So, and myself, I don't really like eating coconut oil on the spoon, so. All right, this is what we're left with, guys. Okay, so now you simply either get out a bread pan, and you can grease it with your choice of lard, tallow, butter, coconut oil, or you can do what I'm going to do and get out some baking cups and make muffins. Like I said, we are preheating our oven to 350 degrees. And if you're baking bread, you're going to bake it, I think it was for an hour, 50 minutes. And if you're going to be making the muffins with me, then it's around 20 minutes, sometimes 25 minutes inside the oven. Once again, I'm going to remind you that you're cooking with lots of fat. And so you're going to want to use parchment paper baking cup liners, okay? Otherwise, the oil leaks through and basically disintegrates the paper ones. Look at that, just enough for this amount. It's going to make way more than 12 muffins, but for video purposes, we'll just load the 12, and we'll get these into the oven, and I can let you know at the end of the video how many I actually made. And this is my famous 1/3 of a cup measuring cup scoop into each one, which seems to be the perfect amount for my regular sized baking cups. It's okay if there's chunks of banana. That's what makes it good. If you don't want the chunks, you could obviously like blend the bananas in your blender as you're making these. But we don't mind the chunks. Actually, it might be just 12. Wouldn't that be something? Okay. Running low on batter. Let's see. Okay. It's going to be exactly 12, guys. I was thinking that it made more than 12, but it's okay. That's all I need is 12. And it goes exactly 12. So now, I'm going to wait for the oven to be preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to slip these in for about 20 minutes. I'll let you know for sure when I come back exactly how much time it was, but I believe it's around 20 to 25 minutes. And I'll let you know what we have. So I'll see you guys in a few. All right, you guys, it's been exactly 28 minutes at 350 degrees, and my muffins are done. You can kind of see them, but I'll take the camera and angle so you guys can see them well. All right, here they come. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that is all there is to it. So, I hope this encourages you to make your own nourishing breakfast, or snack, or even a dessert that your body will love, and it's packed full of healthy fat. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.